So I've got the Q equation set up. Remember, I'm using this one because this is the aqueous form. That's the solid, that's the solid, that's the aqueous. So only the aqueous ones go in there. Remember that it's cubed because of the 3. I left off the squared, and it's squared because of the 2. So when I have a solution and it gives me these amounts, what it's giving me is specific to what's in this equilibrium. So right here I have aluminum. And if I look at these, there's this and there's this. This is the one that has aluminum. So this number is going to give me information about how to get to aluminum. And then in contrast, here's my cadmium. And you'll notice here's the one that's cadmium. So this is going to give me information about how to get cadmium in there. So again, we've done this multiple times now. I'm going to do this semester 1 mole per liter of AlCl3. That's the molarity. This is the same thing as saying moles in 1 liter. And then in 1 mole of AlCl3, I have, notice there's an understood 1 there, so that's 1 mole of Al3+. Now when I do that, I can see that that's 1 mole of, or 1 molarity of Al3+. Now in the next one, I would say 1.0 moles of CdNO3 and I'm trying, it's in 1 liter, and I'm trying to get from CdNO3 to just CD. And again, that's 1 mole of CD plus 2. And so that's going to give me 1.0 molarity of CD2+. So in this scenario, it happens to be that I have 3 squared over 1 squared, which is just going to be 1. Now, let's make those numbers make a little bit like clearer. So I'm going to actually give them other values. So I'm going to make that 2. I'm going to make that 3. So that changes this number to a 2 and that number to a 3. Notice when we follow through on the math, that makes this one a 2 and this one a 3. Again, they're the same because they have the understanding of there being one of those. If there was any reason, and there's not going to be for the NO3 in this scenario, but if there is any reason for me to need the NO3, note that I'm going to have to do in 1 mole of CdNO3 2, notice there's a 2 there, I'm going to have to say that there are 2 moles of NO3 minus, which would give this a total of 6 molarity. Again, I don't need that term because it wasn't in my Q expression, right? So, but that's just a little note. I just want to make sure you remember that. I feel like it's been said 10 times, so just make sure. So now with these terms, let's actually put these in and get a real number that's not 1. So the CD term is that 3.0 cubed, and then the aluminum term is the 2.0 squared. So to figure out that one, we just say 3 raised to the 3 divided by, oops, there we go. Let me delete that. Divided by 2 squared. And so that gives me that Q value is 6.75.